So in this class we try to discuss some of the important points regarding how you supposed to select a suitable material for your machine component. That means the selection criteria of a material. Right. So in this case there is a problem. After completion of your problem statement, then after analyzing of all the forces and mechanisms, then the designer duty is to select a suitable material for your machine component. Machine component means you are having different types of parts. For those parts you have to select a suitable suitable material for those parts. How do we select those parts? That is a very important, because why it is very important means we are having a tens and thousands of materials are available in your engineering sciences, especially already you came across in your material science. So we are having different types of materials that are available, and in order to processing of your material you are having different types of manufacturing processes, and each and every manufacturing processes involves various cost. So if you are having this kind of a situation, after having of number of thousands of material, which one you are supposed to select? Which material is suitable for your machine component? That is a basic question. Suppose let us consider if you are having a very small object, right? Let us consider a chalk piece. For your convenience, consider a chalk piece. In order to selecting a material of chalk piece is very easy, because based on the knowledge what you are having in the earlier ones, or based on the studies what you have done in your earlier classes, simply you have to select one material or combined material, because the processing cost is very low and reaching up market is also very easy if you select, or if your component is very in a simple shape. If your component in a simple shape, it is very easy for you. That means you can select an optimal combination, right, which has huge benefits, so that it leads to the lower production cost and faster time to the market, and also you can also reduce the failure of that particular component. All these things are happen whenever you are having a very simple object. Whenever you are having a simple object, you can easily select. Suppose you are having a complex object, because in the universe or in your real life application we are not having only small objects or similar objects. We are having very complex objects are also we are making. Suppose if you are having those kind of object, it is very difficult for you as an engineer. That means you have to go for a huge number of study are required in order to select a suitable material for your machine component. Right, so that is the basic thing. So that means it is very difficult as a design engineer if you are having a complex problem for selection of a material. Right, now if that is the case, how do you select your material? That means how we are going to know an idea about the best suitable material for design. That means suppose if you are having a complex problem, that doesn't mean that you simply leave your problem and left, right? That means we have to proceed further. In order to proceed further, definitely you are having some guidelines. You have to put some guidelines in order to move forward of your problem. Then only you can make an object. Otherwise simply you yourself left your object at this material selection stage. So we can't do like that, right? So that as a design engineer, you have to follow some basic guidelines, right? So what are those guidelines and how do you select? So the guidelines means here several factors of materials to come to the most reasonable decision. So how do you achieve a decision means there are various factors are involved. Various factors are you have to consider before you achieving a final decision. And one more thing here, we have to mention one clear point here. Suppose your component require a normal material or general material, then it is very very easy after after trialing of several combinations, or after you go through the several analysis and trial error methods or whatever it is. But whenever you try to go for the innovations, you yourself not decided your material at the selection of material stage, it is very very difficult for you, because you are making a new one or you are making a innovation. So that at the design stage itself, that means at the end of the last of your detailed drawing, and at the design stage itself, you yourself have to be work out. You yourself have to be work out on the particular material and what process it has having, right? What is the cost of your material? All those things are to be studied at the initial stage itself only. You are not supposed to come here, that means at the material selection stage, and you are not supposed to decide in this stage what kind of material you are supposed to use, and what is the possibilities and all those things, because you are making a new idea, right? So all these things are applicable for the availability of material what we are having in general sciences, right? Okay. And they are mainly focused on the properties of the material which are identified as the potential material for specific design. That means the material that are selected for a machine component is best material in order to adhere the properties and achieve the best design, so that the properties of a materials are plays a very very important role. And one thing I have to clear in this point itself, one point I have to clear in this stage itself is, the point is, in order to making a final decision of selection of a material, for selecting a material, you have to worry about the various factor. Blindly you cannot make a conclude that this material is suitable for your machine component, right? So there are several factors. So some of the important factors we try to mention here. Some of the important factors for selection of a material. Normally, what is the general processing means? Simply you are having the selection of a material, that means type of material what you are having. Normally in a material science we are having different types of materials. So what are the different types of materials generally we are having? Generally you are having metals and non-metals, right? Generally metals and non-metals. So in the metal stage we are having the classification again, examples of iron, aluminium and magnesium, right? All these things are considered the categories of your metals. And your composites, you already know that the definition of a composite, the combination of properties of two or more different materials in order to achieving a new one, a new strength, a new properties, right? That is what we call as a composite. And next one is you are having a ceramics, right? In a ceramic stage also you are having different types of classifications. An example, you are having semiconductors, right? Glasses and all those things are comes under the category of your ceramics. And next one is a polymer. So polymers means simply normally you are having in a polymer stage means you are having plastic is one of the polymer. And another best example is in a real life application daily we are using rubber is also one of the example of your polymer, right? So likewise you are having different types of material that are available in your material sciences. You please go through your material sciences classification. So once you are having the thorough knowledge of material science, then only as a design engineer you came to understand that which material is to be best suitable for your machine component. And the selection of material plays a very very important role also for the design process what we are having in your subject, like your shaft design, keys, couplings, springs and all those things especially, right? Okay, fine. Now what are the basic factors you are considering? What are the factors we are considering for selection of a material? So those things we try to discuss here, right? The first one is mechanical properties. Very good, very very interesting one. So generally each and every material having it will exhibit the different properties we are having, like your physical properties, chemical properties and mechanical properties. And also there are another remaining properties also we are having, thermal properties and all those things. But we as a mechanical engineering we mainly focusing on the mechanical properties of your material. So one should know, or one should having thorough knowledge regarding the properties of your materials, mechanical properties. In addition to that, we are having a knowledge of chemical properties also, physical properties also, and thermal properties also. But main importance and main weightage is given to this mechanical properties. Main weightage is given to these mechanical properties. As a mechanical engineer, right? So we are most concentrated the characteristics of your mechanical properties are simple thing. So what is the mechanical properties we are having generally? Already you came to know that this mechanical properties in your SM, strength of materials. In the strength of material stage itself, you know that the different kinds of mechanical properties of your material. What is those mechanical properties generally? Generally, first one is normally we are having a strength, right? So strength, again in a strength we are having some different types of strength are available. Basic types of strengths, that is ultimate strength and yield strength. And what is the next one? The next one is your shear strength. The next one is your shear strength. So ultimate strength, shear strength, and your yield strength. So you, while you are selecting a material, so you have to study about these kind of stress, because we have divided your mechanical properties based on your ultimate strength and yield strength also. Some of the material you have to consider based on the criteria of yield strength, and some of the material based on the ultimate strength, right? And these concepts are already we are having in case of your what we call theories of failures. In theories of failures we are having this classification. Where what is the criteria? Where you are using ultimate strength and where you are using your yield strength criteria and ultimate strength criteria. Based on that you are having some theories of failures also, right? Right. So next one is you are having material property. Mechanical properties means like strength, stiffness, right? Stiffness, hardness. Next one is ductility, malleability, and what we call creep, and Poisson ratios and Young's modulus, right? Likewise we are having there are others also we are having, but there are some of the important mechanical properties. So you have to be thoroughly, you have to study these mechanical properties. You have to thoroughly read down or thoroughly understand the concept of these properties, mechanical properties. So some of the component will require strength, some of the component will require stiffness, some of the component will require hardness, and some of the components will require ductility, some of the component will require malleability. So different types of components will exhibit different criteria. So according to that only you yourself supposed to select these kind of mechanical properties, so that as a design engineer you are having a thorough knowledge before you are selecting these mechanical properties of your materials especially, right? So in addition to that you are having remaining properties also. So toughness, fatigue strength, right? Fatigue, toughness, like your magnetic properties, right? And right, there are some other techniques also, right? Your environmental conditions also plays a very, very important role. Environmental conditions means normally we are having so corrosion, toxic effects, and all those things comes in the category of your environmental case. Okay, fine. Next, we will move to the next one. So next one is availability. So it is very, 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 very important one. Very, 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 very important. Why I am saying that it is very, very important one means, so material availability means simply here the material is available at appropriate cost. That means the material that are using for your machine component is readily available in the market itself after what we call after number of processings or all those things. That means if your material is readily available, suppose if you are selecting a simple material like aluminum or right cast iron, alright, or any other material which is readily available. So for this case of materials you will not worry about how you supposed to get those materials, because it is frequently we are using those kind of materials. It is readily available. Suppose if you want to go for a composite section, So composite section means here in order to achieving the different properties we have to combine the two or more materials. So that means it requires some properties. Or also there are readily available some combinations also in the market. That means it is easily available, readily available in your market level. So as a design engineer, the first preference will be given to the availability which is readily available in the market, or maybe some processing which involves less cost, So based on those things also you can select your materials, right? And you are, I mean, you are not supposed to go for the new materials and new manufacturing process, right? New properties of your materials. Why? Because means here everything is to be new. Whenever you are having everything is to be new, it is very very difficult for you to understand the properties and what processing technique is to be applied for those new materials, and what is the cost of, I mean, whether it is processable or not in a manufacturing stage. That is also another thing, right? And the cost, here the cost plays a very very important role also. So it is very very difficult for an engineer if you move to the new material. That means here I am not suggesting that you are not go for a new material, right? But there is a difficulty if you choose a new material. So if you want to go for, I mean, if your product is to be ready to be launched, I mean, after finishing of your product, whether it is ready to be available in the market or all those things, that means as a design engineer or as a manufacturer, you yourself selected suitable, I mean, very easy material, available material. Then only your product will be enter into a market in a sufficient time. Otherwise it is very very difficult for you. It takes time also. It takes times into enter into the market after finishing of your product, right? Okay, then there are several factors are influencing after entering to the market, right? So here every buyer is to be selected, right, with less cost and more working conditions, more efficiency machine components they try to buy, right? So there are several factors to be influenced. On this case. Okay, right. That is the next point. Okay, availability. And next one is cost. So here cost is very 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 important. Cost plays a very very important role here. Why cost plays very very important role means, so when I mean the selected material what you are having is to be readily available means here as I told you that you are not supposed to go for a cheap one. The suggesting a cost means here you are not supposed to go for a cheap one, right? So the suggestion is right material, not cheapest material, right? So not cheap but right material, which involves the less cost, right? So there are so many materials we are having, right, which involving the processing of less cost, but it exhibits more properties, right? So that on the particular point only you have to be select. So cost plays a very very you are not supposed to go for a high standard material for low cost machine component. So you try to analyze and try to go for different combinations. What is the type of material, I mean, what is the type of machine component we are using, and what is the actual structure of your machine component, and what are the operations that are performed on your machine component, and what are the forces that exhibit on your machine component. So after studying of all those things, then only, right, you came to know that what is the cost that you have to be invested on your material. So here that is the reason why in the beginning of the class I told you that selection of a material is a very very crucial part on your machine component. The entire lifespan or the entire properties that you want to exhibit on your machine component will depends on this selection criteria. Definitely the selection criteria. So cost plays a very very important here. Many of the engineering, I mean, in the beginning of this stage, I mean design engineers has failed. Design engineers has failed at this level itself only because cost, right? So, we are not supposed to go for the high cost sometimes, right? And sometimes we are not supposed to go for the low cost also. So the thing is here, you just simply read out all the processes what we are having and make a conclusion that what amount of the cost you are supposed to be invested on your machine component, whether it will be effective or not. That is also, those point also you have to be studied. So here the point is simple. The point is means here the properties what we are studied is very look like it is very simple, but in depth we are having a different explanation. I mean different criteria you are supposed to be selected, different points you have to be concentrated, that is also very important point, very important point. Cost, right? You are not supposed to go for a cheap material cost. So here I am mentioning that cost means sir, I am going for least cheap material so that my cost is very less and my product is also very less. No, right? So if you are going for cheap cost means automatically the property that will exhibit material also very cheap, and your lifespan of your machine component will affect. The lifespan of your machine component will affect. Okay, fine, very good. Next, another important criteria is ability to manufacture. So you are having different types of manufacturing processes for your materials, like your casting. Best example is casting, right? You are having steel casting and different types of casting process were available, right? So whenever you are having this manufacturing process, the selected material, whether it is to be manufacturable or not, that is the first point. And whether these manufacturing processes are available, that is also another important point. Because suppose if you go for a high standard material like a new one and new innovation, then in order to processing of those materials, maybe you are not having those kind of a manufacturing system here. Maybe you have to go for another location or another country, sometimes also another country. So it will affect the cost of your component. So that it is very important for you. The ability to manufacture means whether your product or whether your selected material is to be processable or not. Processable means general manufacturing. Generally, you can select general manufacturing process, casting, welding, or any other manufacturing process what you are having in your manufacturing sciences, right? So all those things we are already existed once. So that those are already existed once. So that our processing is very easy. Work moves faster. Rather than go for a new manufacturing system or new machining, different manufacturing processes. If you select a different manufacturing process, it is very difficult, because all those things are not available at one location. You have to move different locations. So if you move on different locations, it increases the cost of your component, right? Finally, it will affect the cost of your component. So ultimately, our aim is, at the beginning stage we studied that our aim is you yourself design your machine component in order to perform optimum performance or best performance by using all the sources what we are having, right? So here in this class I did not discuss about the definition of what is strength, what is stiffness, what is hardness, what is malleability, what is ductility, and all those things I didn't mention here, right? Why? Because means all those things you came across in your LA classes. So that here I generally describe in a mechanical properties what you supposed to what you are having, right? What you are having. So here this topic is meant for only how do you select a material for your machine component, what are the guidelines for selection of a material, best material for your machine component. Only those things are to be studied. So this is very important question in examination point of view also. This is very important, and your design, especially for design point of view also, it is very important step, right? Thank you.